recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at ZEDGamesAU.
You're listening to Z Games here on 4ZZZ. My name is Hazel. I'm here in the studio with my best pal in the world right now, Peter.
Aw, thank you, Peter. Yes, I am here with Hazel in the studio
The
tonight.
only one who showed up for me tonight.
Aw. The rest of the team's all there behind the scenes, just busy doing other things.
Well, they are over there behind the scenes at Netherworld.
Yes.
Right now, we have an event on at Netherworld. Like, literally, it just started at 6 o'clock. It's our Netherworld x Z Games Indie Dev Night.
Dev Night!
We have got tons of local game developers who have brought their beautiful, beautiful games, some of them finished, some of them not, over to Netherworld's Lost Souls karaoke space, which we have temporarily taken over from 6 till 9 tonight. So you can play a bunch of games for free at Netherworld, which is an awesome space.
Yes.
You
Have
can
a few
meet
drinks,
the
get some
developers.
food, meet the developers.
They're all locals, so you're going to be supporting locals. And some of the games we got going there, we got Frog Rain by Arkenpixel, which is still in development, but looks absolutely amazing.
Does.
We got Servonauts by Max Art Games, also in development, but that game is about being a robot working in a space servo, and it's like a couch co-op 4-player game.
It is my jam. I will be at that one, that's
It
for
is
sure.
mayhem. We also have a VR game. We got Max Mustard by Toast Interactive. I believe that one is available now. I think you can purchase it.
You can.
We have a card game, if you can believe it, called Welcome to Hell by Howdy Game Studio. We got Slumbering Woods by Chunky Quail, more beautiful locals. And we have something very special. We've got Key Fairy by Owl Machine, which when it premiered basically at Queensland Games Festival this year, took out 2 awards,
That it did.
including the Best in Show. So definitely go and check that one out.
Yeah, you still got plenty of time to be able to get down to Netherworld tonight and check them out. Get some food, have a few drinks, meet up with some friends, meet some local dev talent, and play some awesome games.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Entry is free, so just pop into the arcade room. If you're confused, if you can't find the Lost Souls karaoke space, just ask the people at the bar. They'll let you know.
Yep, it's right next
door. Just so you know, there won't be any karaoke.
No, not tonight.
We've stolen their space, that's
Yes.
all. Peter, tell me, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. I finally took a week off from work, and I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft, amongst many other games, especially with the new expansion coming out next week.
Well, I have been playing a lot of old games.
Yes?
No, specifically one old game.
What one?
Mass Effect 2.
Oh, we've progressed.
We've progressed. In fact, we've progressed even further than you might think, because we just finished Mass Effect 2 and started Mass Effect 3. For listeners who do not tune into every single episode ever and remember all the details, Zara has never played Mass Effect, so I've been taking them on a guided tour of the main trilogy in the remastered one, Legendary Collection, something like that.
Mass Effect Remastered Legendary Super X Cross, I don't know.
Something like that.
Something like that.
So we've been having a great time doing that. Now, tonight, this
Yes,
week,
yes.
this episode,
Yes.
this show,
Ooh, don't
we
tease me.
have got the news coming up after this break from Zara.
Boys?
Later on in the show, we are going to have a review from Paul of an awesome little game, and we got lots to talk about.
Yeah.
It's Radiothon. It's Radiothon here on 4ZZZ. Woo!
Woo!
And guess what? Somebody just subscribed.
Yay!
So that
Go
bell
on, you
rang.
subscriber.
Yeah, we love it when you subscribe, because we are a community radio station and we need your help. So we're going to be talking more about that later on in the show, so stay tuned.
We all know it's the warm inner glow that people really sub to 4ZZZ for, but to sweeten the deal, some of our good friends have donated some incredible prizes this Radiothon.
Choose from over 24 prizes, including golden tickets for the Triffid, the Princess Theatre, the Brightside, and 5-star cinemas. Plus, VIP experiences, musical instruments, beer for a year, and professional services like accounting, printing, and record pressing.
Head to 4zzz.org.au to see the full list of prizes and to subscribe and enter the draw.
You're listening to Z Games here on 4ZZZ. My name's Hazel. I'm here in the studio with my friend Peter.
Yayo!
And we are going to be checking out the week in gaming news from Zara right now.
Yay!
This week in gaming news, Misty's voice actor passing away. Voice actress Rachel Lewis has passed away at the age of 46 due to breast cancer. She was most well known for her roles as Misty and Jessie in the English dub of Pokemon before the cast was changed in 2006. She also voiced Utina in the English dub of Revolutionary Girl Utina, some Pokemon including Jigglypuff in Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and Princess Charlotte in the English dub of Berserk. In May 2024, her sister had created a GoFundMe to help raise money for her care, a campaign that many of her fellow voice actors contributed to. Turkey bans Roblox. Roblox, the very popular free-to-play online game, has recently been banned in Turkey over concerns of child exploitation. Roblox has faced some criticism since launching in 2006, with reports suggesting that the game isn't safe for minors. Bloomberg reported that in July, Roblox submitted over 13,000 reports to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 2023, and an executive suggested that perhaps the game could provide jobs to kids living in slums. The company had released a statement claiming that the majority of creators are over 18 and the company has never hired teenagers. Turkey's ban was largely driven by reports of alleged child exploitation, as well as reports of in-game sexual content. A Roblox spokesperson has stated, "We respect the laws and regulations in countries where we operate and share local lawmakers' commitment to children. We look forward to working together to ensure Roblox is back online in Turkey as soon as possible." Well, Borderlands 3 is doing well. Borderlands, the movie, hasn't had the easiest time at the box office with a 9% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and only pulling in $8.9 million USD in its first weekend. However, Borderlands 3 has had an increase in players with the movie's release, peaking at 12,379 players, a significant increase for a 5-year-old game. Borderlands 2, Borderlands, and Borderlands the pre-sequel has also had an uptick in players, at least according to Steam. Gearbox did launch a feature for Borderlands 3 that allows the player to skip the main campaign with a new character, as long as you've previously been in the campaign once and have a max-level character, so returning players could have an easier time getting to the endgame. So that works out pretty well. Toxic chess. Amina Abakarova, a Russian chess player, has allegedly attempted to poison an opponent using mercury, a famously toxic element. Chess, like any game, can get pretty heated and extremely competitive, but normally these heated interactions fall within the realm of fair play. In this case, a chess tournament in Dagestan was cancelled when one of the players, a European champion named Meganat Osmanova, became very unwell quite suddenly. After an investigation which revealed the presence of mercury on a table, footage supposedly shows Amina spreading the metal across the table. Osmanova is in stable condition, and Abakarova has been temporarily suspended from participating in all competitions until the conclusion of the investigation. She is likely to face legal consequences. News nibbles! We still don't know when the Switch 2 will launch, but it is not coming before April 2025. We don't even really know if it'll be called the Switch 2, nor do we know much about its specs. But we should receive an official announcement during the company's current financial year, which wraps up in March 2025. Cult of the Lamb now has local co-op in its most recent update, Unholy Alliance. The update has also added new items, quests, buildings, chores, and more. For local co-op, you just need to plug in a second controller and set up co-op through the pause menu. Tango Gameworks, the publisher for Hi-Fi Rush, has been adopted by Krafton. Welcome news after the studio was set to be shut down by Microsoft. And now for some upcoming games. August 15th brings Dredge, the Iron Rig DLC for the PC, Xbox, PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, and Kena, Bridge of Spirits for the Xbox. August 16th brings Madden NFL 25 for the PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC, and Rugrats Adventures in Gameland for the PC, Xbox and PS5. August 20th brings Black Myth Wukong for the PC, Xbox and PS5, Dustborn for the PS4, PS5, Xbox and PC, August 21st brings Eno Tria, the last song for the PC and PS5. That's it this week in gaming news.
Thank you for that, Sarah, and what a news it was.
Some highs, some lows.
That was an emotional roller coaster. Misty's voice actor passing away, I did not know about that until tonight, and I'm very upset.
You never got her bike back.
Oh man. Turkey banning Roblox is... You know what? I don't care.
No.
Yeah,
if anybody over the age of 16 cares about Roblox, I'm surprised.
Well, yeah, but also, like, morally, I don't care.
Yeah.
I have no ethical position on this one. Borderlands?
Yeah. I'm
not a
hoping
Borderlands
it would
fan. In fact, I'm a bit of a Borderlands hater, but Borderlands fans do seem to be a bit miserable about this one.
I was hoping it would be good. As soon as they announced the cast, I was just like, this just seems like a cash-in.
Yeah.
But I was secretly hoping it'd have like that Jumanji, or the newer Jumanji movie vibes, where it ends up being good. Not a great movie, but good. Nah.
Well, from time to time, we do talk about gamer rage on this show.
Yep.
And do you think you would ever go so far as to poison an opponent given the opportunity?
I mean, I've never destroyed a controller, so I don't think so. I don't get that invested.
You're a pretty nice guy.
Most of the time? Sure.
Yeah.
You've still never seen me in a competitive Overwatch match, but...
Would I poison a competitive chess player? Probably not, because I'd be afraid of getting caught.
Yeah.
And she definitely did get caught, because what the hell?
Yeah, Mercury?
Mercury?
Seriously?
And caught on camera?
Put some, I don't know, poison ivy on a chair or something like that. Make it uncomfortable, not
so
deadly.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I heard of somebody getting poisoned with mercury.
At least not purposefully.
Not in the last, 50 years.
You're listening to Z Games at 4ZZZ.
You're listening to Z Games on 4ZZZ.
Oi mate, you're listening to Z Games at 4ZZZ.
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 Got a bit carried away.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to say a massive shout out to the two newest 4ZZZ subscribers during Radiothon this year. We got Andrew from West End and Ben from Brendale. Woo!
Hi, I'm Daniel, a volunteer producer here at 4ZZZ. Every week, I drag heaps of the other volleys in to be in the stings I make. So to me, community sounds like this.
4ZZZ. 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 4ZZZ.
4ZZZ. It's Radiothon at 4ZZZ, where community sounds different. If you'd like to be a part of it, then subscribe now at 4ZZZ.org.au/support.
You're listening to Z Games here on 4ZZZ, and it is Radiothon. It's time to subscribe. So you better get over to 4ZZZ.org.au. That's 4ZZZ.org.au/Radiothon and subscribe. And while you're subscribing, you're going to listen to a review of a game called The Crush House from our friend Paul.
Good, take it away, Paul.
2 years ago, I reviewed the brilliant game Card Shark by developer Netherworld. It was a very original game based in 18th century France, with game mechanics based around the manipulation of cards, and actually taught me a great deal about card tricks. Anyway, that game sounded like this. Netherworld's follow-up sounds like this. Yes, welcome to The Crush House, 1999's hottest reality TV show, where you play the producer. You're tasked with casting each week-long season, filming the contestants while pleasing the desires of various audiences, and filling the house with props. There are 2 rules you must follow. Do not talk to the talent, and the audience is always right. Is there something more nefarious going on below the bright and popping Crush House? Of course there is. It's a video game plot. What, are you daft? Netherworld described the game as the first-person shooter, and that goes a decent way to explain the game. The cast will wander the house each day, having various encounters, sometimes of a sexy variety, and it's your job to record it. The show is live, so it's important to put the camera away when there's nothing worth shooting, so you can play some ads to rake in those sweet, sweet advertising dollars. This is automatic, but you can skip ads if you think there's an ad which will be more relevant to that day's audience. As said earlier, the audience is always right. Each day, various audiences will be watching, and it's your job to please them. Be they lovers of drama, film technique, gardening, sweet butts, and many others. Choose your shots to please the audience's desires, which will be detailed in the live chat that appears on screen. If you can please multiple audiences at once, you'll get big bonuses. Fail to please the number of audience specified by the end of the day? The show is cancelled, and off to the failure chute with you. This is where the game fell apart for me. Their previous game, Card Shark, had mechanics that really made me feel I was manipulating cards, which made my actions feel very purposeful and appropriate. With Crush House though, and this may be a personal problem, having a background in production and live events, but this isn't how you make a reality TV show. I even failed the tutorial. Yes, my desire to cover conversations beginning to end, get coverage for editing, never crossing the line, the game didn't care at all. The theme doesn't quite match the reality, especially since most of what happens in reality TV is done in post-production. Oddly, even though I dislike almost all reality television, the actual process can be wildly fun and difficult. Really, the setup is more of a streamer house, but they wanted a 90s aesthetic, so... Wait, reality TV wasn't big then either. Let me check. Okay. Big Brother, Netherlands in 1999. Okay, game, you win. It took me many attempts to override my preconceived notions of what the game wanted from me. Focusing on what the audience wants is key. It almost does become a shooter with that in mind. A list of scenarios to get as fast as possible so you can run ads. You'll get a lot more points than just holding a shot for a long time. Unless, of course, that is the request. It does feel counterintuitive though, two people making out may not fulfill an audience desire, but a still picture of a cactus might. The characters you choose are all pretty unbearable, obnoxious types, and you want a mix to keep things lively. There's no spoken dialogue in the game. It's all very Sims-ish, with gibberish barks and generic animations for kissing and fighting. The encounters are randomized by the game, so it makes the whole experience a bit impersonal. Characters walk robotically to the next position, having very static interactions, delivering dialogue that rarely sparks any memorable drama. Just who likes who, who's hooking up, who's fighting, blah blah blah. Just never anything truly wild and unexpected. Personally, I wish the game was either more outlandish or more personal. At the moment, it sits somewhere in between. The overall mystery is also a bit tame and didn't add a lot for me. As you may have guessed, the other rule, never talk to the talent, is broken quickly, as after hours you'll speak to members of the cast to find out a little more about what's going on and get additional challenges to flesh out the gameplay a little more. The game is bright and attractive, reminding me of the character designs from games like Going Under. The soundtrack is boppy and fun. Generally, the presentation is very appealing and well polished. There are a few different difficulty options, like the failless casual story mode, to the hardcore, where if you die in the game, you die in real life. The Crush House is another wild swing by Nereal. This time, it didn't quite land for me, but if you like the aesthetic and the idea of some photography challenges in a mysterious reality TV house, well, there is a very unique game to be found here. There's also a demo available. The Crush House is available on PC for a little over $20. I played the game with code provided by the publisher, Devolver Digital.
Thank you for that review, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Tell me, Peter, are you much a reality TV fan?
No, I don't watch really any TV whatsoever. Everything for me is on demand.
Yeah. I am, I can't say I'm much of a reality TV head either. I do like competition shows, though. Like a cooking competition show.
Yeah?
Like not MasterChef, but, you know, that sort of vein.
The closest one I've come to that was probably the Blown Away on Netflix, the glass blowing one.
Loved that.
But even then, I skip most of the live action content and go to the art and the reviews.
I mean, that's what I'm watching it for. But I do like getting to know the contestants and picking a favorite and all that.
Yeah, and I watched the first season of that, doing it fine, sort of thing. But all the other ones, it's just like, cool, I'll get to know the finalists and some of their artworks and what as they go along. But yeah.
Well, we got to shout out the 3 most beautiful new newest subscribers to 4ZZZ during this year's Radiothon, which is on right now.
Yeah.
And if you're listening, you better get down to 4zzz.org.au/Radiothon and subscribe. You're going to hear more about it later on. But first, we got a shout out to Jeffrey from Aruka, Jeremy, also from Aruka, maybe they're brothers, and Dan from Silkstone, which I just learned is a place in Ipswich. It's got a cool name.
Dan, Jeremy, and Jeff.
Jeffrey with one F. Interesting.
With one F?
Yeah.
Ooh, unique.
Yeah.
Special.
Well,
Can't use that
thank
special
you
item.
so much, Jeffrey, Jeremy, and Dan. And everybody else out there, you can get a beautiful shout out like that if you subscribe during this show.
Please subscribe. It helps out the station. It helps out us. It's just a nice thing to do. Support the people that you enjoy listening to.
4ZZZ.org.au/Radiothon.
Nice.
Now, we have got something else to talk about.
Yes.
Something very important.
Yes.
Happening right now.
It
over
is.
the road at
Indeed.
Netherworld Arcade and Bar.
Awesome place.
In their karaoke room. We have taken it over.
Yes.
And we have filled it with games.
We have.
Instead of karaoke.
And probably people at this point. It gets busy.
It is probably very full of people by now.
Yes.
But we have got a ton of locally made games. The developers have brought them with demos for you to play. It's totally free. You can come in for free, walk through the arcade room, and there's a door that takes you out to the Lost Souls karaoke area.
Yep.
And you're going to see games like Slime Time. I actually don't know anything about that one. We also got Halloween Harry by Red Sprite Studios, Key Fairy by Owl Machine, which has tons of hype right now and is not released. So this is a good chance to check it out.
Yeah.
Ditto. We said the same thing.
Yes.
Slumbering Woods by Chunky Quail, which is really cute. A card game called Welcome to Hell. Max Mustard, a VR game.
It's a good one. It is out, but it is good. And Servonauts.
Frog Rain.
And Frog Rain.
Frog Rain. I got to get my hands on Frog Rain.
I'm keen to get some multiplayer going on Servonauts.
Yeah. Well,
I got to fuel up them cars as a robot.
As soon as we get out of this studio at 7 o'clock-ish, we are going to be headed over there, and you can head over there right now if you got nothing else going on a Thursday night, or hell, even if you have got something else going on.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Stop in for half an hour, check out some local devs.
It's on until 9
devs.
p.m. tonight. Yeah. Play some awesome games and meet the people who made them. And
grab some drinks,
have
some food, meet some friends, make some
new
ones.
Friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Make friends with us.
Yes. You can have some high fives.
Yeah. Yeah, high fives because Peter is
I'm a giant,
1 mile tall.
Yes. Accurate terminology. I like it.
Yes, 1 mile tall.
A weekly dose of science on 4ZZZ is now available as a podcast.
I learned that you can hear the difference between different water temperatures when they're poured. I'm going to pour one after the other into a different glass, and you have to tell me which one is which temperature. I've got a hot and a cold. Right, here's the first one. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm saying cold.
It sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Here's the second one. Well played.
Shut up. Search No Idea 4ZZZ on your favourite podcasting app. That's spelled KNOW, like no idea. It's a visual pun on an audio platform. I don't know why we did it.
You're listening to 4ZZZ, and this show is called Z Games. My name's Hazel, and I'm here in the studio with Peter.
Peter!
Big P.
I
And we have to do another special shout out because they don't stop.
They don't stop coming, they won't stop coming.
We got 2 new subscribers, and I believe one of them was a passionate subscriber. We got Brad from Wyaralong.
Hello, Brad.
Thank
you, Brad.
Desert. And we also have Amber from Pacific Paradise. Thank you so much, Amber.
Thank you,
Absolute
Amber.
Legends. Your subscriptions and your donations are what keep 4ZZZ on the air, what keep us on the air.
4ZZZ has been a home to the weird and wonderful, the diverse voice of Brisbane and beyond for over 4 decades. Celebrate and strengthen this community. Subscribe now.
Yeah, 4 decades of this place coming up to 5 decades pretty damn soon.
Yeah.
And over a decade of Z Games. Did you know that?
Wow.
Did you know this show is over 10 years old? And we got over 700 episodes of this thing?
That is a lot.
That is a lot of that.
There is.
And hasn't all been us.
No,
it's
it hasn't.
been a big team.
It has.
Because it's all volunteers.
That has.
Because we don't get paid.
No, we don't.
Because we need money. We need money.
Money
this place
is important.
costs money to keep running. And if you're listening right now, the chances are you might not be subscribed.
Yeah, at the moment, only about 1 or 2% of the people who listen to Z Games each month and Z4ZZZ each month are subscribers.
Yeah, only 1 or 2% of people listening.
1 or 2%?
You know, it might be higher for us because we've got the best fan base, of course. You're
Yeah,
all
of course.
loyal 4ZZZ subscribers, aren't you?
You can continue gaming
Z
while you're
Games
listening to
listeners,
Z Games.
Please tell me you're all loyal 4ZZZ subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Because we need you. Otherwise, we're not on the air.
I know.
But there's many perks to being a subscriber, did you know?
There is?
Did you know
It's like an achievement.
Well, you know, first of all, you get the warm inner glow that fills your heart and soul every time you support local community radio.
What can I get with my Z Games subscription collector's edition premium ultra pack?
Well, there's lots of benefits to subscribing any day of the year, but during Radiothon, we got some special prizes.
Ooh.
For instance, you might get a golden ticket to one of 3 music venues in Brisbane.
Nice.
Such as the Princess, the Triffid, or the Brightside.
Nice.
You might get a gold card for 5-star cinemas.
That'd be awesome.
For the movie lovers. Netherworld has donated a custom arcade cabinet that you could win.
That'd be awesome, especially with the indie dev.
You could have
night.
that in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be over at Netherworld soon. So come check us out. Come check Netherworld out. That is about all we've got time for tonight.
Aww.
So we're going to say from us, it is a very Radiothon goodbye, good night, and we love you.
We love you, gamers.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to Z Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.